The horror of the Hillsborough disaster was briefly revisited last month when David Duckenfield, the match commander on the fateful day that 95 Liverpool fans lost their lives at the 1989 FA Cup semi-final, was found not guilty of gross negligence manslaughter after a retrial at Preston Crown Court. Archive footage of the crush at the Leppings Lane terrace and television news reports of the verdict was, as always, chilling. It made you thankful that the Taylor report, commissioned following the worst tragedy in British football history, led to the introduction of all-seated stadiums in the top two tiers of English and Scottish football. No longer are supporters hemmed in at grounds by perimeter fencing like animals in a zoo. Yet, some alarming incidents at games in this country in the past couple of seasons have been a reminder that clubs must remain vigilant when it comes to spectator safety and still have to work to ensure the match-day experience is an enjoyable, not a frightening and even dangerous, one for their paying customers. The videos and pictures taken by Celtic fans outside Tynecattle before their Ladbrokes Premiership game with Hearts on Wednesday night were disturbing and reminiscent of the dark days of the 1970s and 1980s. Celtic supporter liaison officer John Paul Taylor took to Twitter to air his concerns on Thursday after being inundated with complaints. "It wasn't an easy night for fans trying to get access," he posted. "Arrangements need to be reviewed. Needs a complete rethink. Not good enough," we'll be highlighting. Celtic Trust chairwoman Jeanette Findlay went further on the social networking website. "Another disaster waiting to happen at Tynecattle tonight," she wrote. "We pay £34 to be herded in and put in potential crush situations." The Capital Club responded to the tsunami of criticism by stating that supporters trying to enter the stadium without valid tickets and fans failing to listen to the advice of stewards once inside were to blame for the difficulties which arose. The Roseburn stand, though, has become notorious with followers of away teams since the new main stand was opened last November. There have been fears voiced about the narrowness of the entry area, the bottlenecks it invariably creates, the poor lighting during night games, heavy-handed policing and the small number of turnstiles which are open. Hearts also bemoaned the fact that many Celtic fans didn't allow sufficient time to enter the stadium. But somebody finishing their work in Glasgow at 5 p.m. was always going to struggle to make it through rush hour traffic to Edinburgh well ahead of the 7:45 p.m. kick-off time. Shouldn't allowances for a sudden influx of latecomers have been made? Hearts would be well advised to follow the example of Celtic, who ordered an independent review of the crush which occurred. For more on this story, visit the news article link.